Hey there, this video is going to walk through this email and SMS capture template for BFCM Early Access. So we're capturing some data and sending that through to your email and SMS providers. And the final look will be ready for your desktop, your tablet, and your mobile views with our design studio being fully responsive. So let's get right into it. Whenever you use this template, you will be taken into the workflow builder of the design. This is where you'll have the enrollment trigger, which in this case, we are targeting unidentified visitors, and that's great. It's people that we don't have their information yet. And for the enrollment settings, we are targeting this for as once per session, meaning no one is going to be bombarded with this. If they don't engage in the first time they see it, they will have the option to have a tab that recalls the design. So let's get into the design studio. We'll click into the design tile. We'll go to edit, and I'll show you how we can update this to be more in line with your brand. First up, you might want to change the image. To do that, you'll click into the image layer, and on the right-hand side under the design settings, this is where we'll have the option to replace the image. You can either upload something, use stock photos, or use any images that already exist. So for example, if you want to use a stock photo, you can add this to your asset library, and then you'd be able to swap out the image and use that. Next up, we have the text. Maybe you want to update the color or just the text itself. To do so, you can double click into this layer and add in any text. And on the right-hand side, whenever you click into the layer, you'll see this typography settings section. And this is where you can update the color of that text to be more in line with your brand. Next up, you'll click into the timer. And on the right-hand side, you'll be in the settings area for the theme timer. This is where you can update the theme, update the date and the time that you would want to set this as, and you're ready to rock. With the CTA, you have the same situation on the right-hand side under the settings, where you can update the background color here. You'll see it's already set to blue. You can choose down here from colors that you've already added based off of your account setup, and we can change the background color to any of these. Same thing for the no thanks button. You'll see with these CTAs, this claim deal, this is going to take someone to the smart frame, aka the next frame that they should see, which is going to be the email capture frame. The no thanks frame, that is what's going to link to the tab that sits in the left-hand side that we'll see in a little bit. So let's hop over to our next frame. We've got the email capture. Same deal, if you want to change the image, you'll click into that. We can update any text just by double clicking. And then we have our email field here, that if you go into the right-hand side, you'll see this is a required field. And if we click into the sign up button, you'll notice in the settings as well that this button has actions. And that just means it's going to be doing something for us in the design. First, it's going to submit the form. So it's submitting this email to your email service provider. And the second action is it's linking to a frame. So it's going to take someone to the next screen, which in this case is an SMS screen. We'll be able to click into the phone number field here again, see the settings, and we'll see that this is an SMS field. We have the finish button, which is doing the same thing as the email field. It is going to submit the form, and it's going to link to the next frame. So it's just saying send them to the next frame whenever they click here. Lastly, on this screen, you'll want to update the SMS compliance text just to be more in line with your SMS provider, as well as updating the privacy policy links and the terms of service link. Whenever you click on this text, you'll want to hop over to the settings area on the right-hand side, and you'll be able to update the link that you're using here for each one. Alrighty, and then last up, we have our follow-up screen and our tab. So on the follow-up screen, we have this discount code layer that we will want to update. You'll hop over to settings again. You'll either use one of your discounts that you already have set up, or you can add a new discount. You can do that by syncing to your store. And this is where, for example, if we're using Shopify, this is going to pull up all of the Shopify codes that I am able to pull in from my store. Or we can go the route of just adding a new code, and you can add one manually here. We'll just do new 25. It is a fixed code. It's going to be, let's just do new 25 as the code, and it's a percentage off. So we'll save that. And now you have that code automatically ready to be used as the discount. If we want to go back to site, that's what this button is going to do. And this is actually closing the design. If you want to be a little more strategic here, this is where you can include a CTA to maybe your new arrivals, a different top converting page, or to something based off of the reason that this person actually came to your website. Now that we've got follow-up done, we have our tab here on the left-hand side. With this tab, you can update the background colors and the text as well when you're clicking into it. For example, with editing this tab, let's just say I already have something that's existing here on the left-hand side of my website. And so this tab would be covering that. To update the tab, we want to make sure that we are in the canvas layer of this design. So I'm going to use this top arrow here in the blue box. And right there, you can see I'm taken to this canvas layer. I can confirm that by hopping over to the settings tile, and I'm officially in canvas. And this is where you'll see the options to change position. So this is in the bottom left. Let me take this to the bottom right. And then I do notice it's a little bit too much on the right-hand side, just hugging that corner. So I'm going to add in some spacing here. I'm just going to add in some margin. Let's just try 16. That's great. It's already going to be off of there a little bit. And from there, we are good to go. All right, so we've gone through the intro all the way to the tab. Now we'll go ahead and check out the viewports. And from here, you can make any adjustments to how you would like these screens to be shown. Once you have checked each viewport, we're going to go ahead and publish this design. And from there, we'll use this back arrow to hop back into our workflow builder. We've already confirmed enrollment triggers good to go. Our next step, you'll want to sync to app, and you'll go into manage your apps and you'll search for your appropriate app for your email or SMS provider. Once you hop back into the workflow builder, you will see the app populate here under the sync to app options that's ready for you to add. Once you add that, you'll see the little logo populate for your email or SMS provider. From here, on the right-hand side, this is where we have the option to publish, save, and preview. When we preview, we're able to open up this link that gives us the ability to engage with each step of the design. And whenever we publish, we're given the option to then finally go live. So here is where you will activate, and then you will start seeing this on your website.